In this particular topic, we're going to talk about the differences between parallelograms, rectangles, and squares. So parallelograms basically have four sides, and they have opposite sides that are parallel and the same length. So the top and the bottom will be the same length, and they'll be parallel, and the left and the right side will be the same length and parallel. So rectangles fall in parallelograms because opposite sides are the same length and parallel, and same with squares. So all of these type of shapes are parallelograms. A rectangle, the only definition for a rectangle is that it is a parallelogram with right angles. So as long as opposite sides are congruent and parallel, and there's right angles, then it's called a rectangle. Even a square is considered a rectangle because it has the right angles. And then a square, you all know what a square looks like. It is a rectangle with four equal sides. So it's not only a parallelogram, but it's also a rectangle and it's a square. So when we look at the problems in this problem, figure A is both a rectangle and a parallelogram. Figure B is a square, a rectangle, and a parallelogram, and figure C is only a parallelogram. So when they say which ones are rectangles, you want to look at, first make sure they're parallelograms, and then pick A and B. Because they have the right angles, they're rectangles. Which ones are parallelograms? They all are going to be parallelograms because the opposite sides are the same length and they're parallel. And then the last one, which one's a square? There's going to be only one square, and that's figure B. So let's look at some examples here. I'm going to look at these. Figure A is not a parallelogram at all. So it's not going to be a rectangle, a square, or a parallelogram. Figure B is a parallelogram, and that's it. It's not going to be anything else. So I come down here to parallelogram and I say, hey, that's figure B. Then figure C is a parallelogram and it's a rectangle. So I'm going to put figure C for parallelogram and a rectangle. And then if I look up here, there are no squares anywhere. So I'm just going to put none. There's no squares. Now I'm going to do it the other way where we look for the one. So right here, which figures are squares? I'm only going to look for a square, and that's figure A. Which ones are rectangles? So again, they have to be parallelograms with right angles. So that's going to be A and B. And then which ones are parallelograms? They all are parallelograms because the opposite sides are the same length and they are parallel. So A, B, and C. And that's the end of the lesson. So I hope that this helps with you being able to pass it off. Okay, thank you.